Hello, thank you for joining us today for the first webinar in our Brunch and Learn series on Smart Expense Capture. This session is ideal for employees who incur travel and entertainment expenses, but are frustrated by their company's time-consuming expense report process. My name is Sandra Cummins. I am the Senior Channel Sales Account Manager here at Zetadocs, and I am joined by my colleague, Kaylin Johnson, Zetadocs Account Manager. If you have any questions about what you see during the webinar, please pop them into the chat, and we will take some time to answer these at the end. So let's get started. First, we're going to take a look at the agenda, starting at reviewing some of the challenges associated with manual expense management. Next, we will discuss the solution to these challenges, Zetadocs Expenses. Then we will get to the part that everyone's all waiting for, to see the software in action with a demo. Finally, we'll discuss the next steps you can take following this webinar.
Thank you, Sandra. Now let's look at the challenges of manual expense management. Firstly, manual expense management is time-consuming. How many hours have you spent filling in expense reports, or perhaps tracking down receipts for expenses you incurred weeks before? It's time that could be much better spent on other things. Often the expense reports you need to complete are long-winded and contain questions that seem a bit pointless, adding to the frustration. In addition, entering expense data manually, either to a paper report or a spreadsheet, is a painstaking process that is prone to errors. If there are errors on your submission, then you will have to deal with your manager or your finance team asking questions, further adding to the hassle. And lastly, if your company expense management system relies on paper receipts and forms, the physical handling and routing of documents can introduce delays. It takes time for employees to submit hard copies of receipts, for managers to approve the spend, and for finance teams to organize and distribute these documents. This slows down the process of expenses, meaning you are out of pocket for much longer. Those are the challenges, but what's the solution? You can see on the screen now, Zetadocs Expenses. Let's look at how Zetadocs Expenses solves these issues. First, it offers smart expense capture. Simply take a quick snapshot of your expense receipt using your phone and watch as Zetadocs Expenses uses artificial intelligence to extract information. The software then generates your expense report automatically or matching it to the pertinent credit card transaction. With the Zetadocs Expense app, it's quick and easy to submit your expenses while on the move. This frees you from tedious tasks of manually rekeying data from receipts or transactions and eliminates the need to fill out a paper form every month. This streamlined process not only ensures convenience, but also results in significant time savings for you. Lastly, Zetadocs Expenses can make it quicker to get reimbursed. One of the ways it does this is by helping ensure the expense report you submit are accurate on the first attempt, reducing the need for managers or finance teams to question you. Zetadocs Expenses offers automated alerts if you exceed the expense limit or precise mileage calculations using Google Maps, helping make the creation of an expense report much quicker. This is complemented by our efficient workflow that makes it easy for managers to approve and for finance teams to process. Now for the exciting part, the demo. For today's demo, I'm going to show you how you can create an expense report and submit the report for approval. I'm showing this on my desktop. However, there is a Zetadocs app for phones and tablets. We support iOS and Android. This is David. David is a sales rep on a business trip and he wants to expense his hotel receipt. So we're just going to click to new expense and click on payment. Now we're just going to scroll down, click on add receipt. If he was using his phone, he would go to his photos. Been uploaded successfully. As you can see, everything has been populated from the receipt to the lines, except for the description. We have a remember me function. After you type it in just once, it will appear in this dropdown. As you can see right here, there's an expense warning. It's highlighted orange just as a warning. It would be a full stop if it was red and we wouldn't be able to move forward. Now we're just going to click save. And we're going to do another expense for mileage as well. So maybe David went on a lunch with a partner, and his starting point is our headquarters, and for lunch he had steak and sushi. Of course, he returned to work. We can see the distance, the mileage, the expense amount all populated right here. We even have a toggle showing us the Google Maps, showing us David's travels. And all we have to do is click save. Then all we have to do is submit report, press on the plus sign, press on the second plus sign. And as you can see, we can see our mileage and hotel. Below, these are our full stops that can't move forward. And of course, these are our warnings. So we're just going to move forward with our 2 reports. And now we're just going to submit. It's asking if we want to proceed even though there's a warning. We're going to say yes. We have an approver and a processor. We could choose a different approver if Kevin's not in, but we're going to keep Kevin. We can even add a different approver. We even have April right here. We could choose a different processor, but we're just going to keep April. And then this is our submission comment. So we have please approve, but of course this is adjustable. And now all we're going to do is just submit. So now Kevin got an email saying that he has an expense report he needs to approve and move forward. So he's just going to refresh his portal, go to his task, go click on the expense report with the date and the submitter name right here. As we can see the history, we can see when it was submitted, we can see that was the task was assigned to him. We can see it was started by David, and he's the approver as well as April, and we see the comment right here. Kevin is able to look through the expense report, see the receipt. He's able to edit it as well, so if there's something incorrect, he doesn't have to move it backward, reject it, or move it back to David. He can edit it right there. He can even reject it if he wanted to. He can even delegate it. He can print it out. But he's just going to approve. We're not going to leave a comment. It's asking if we still want to do it with the warning. We're going to say yes. And now we have April, the final approver. She's just going to process it. Click on her task. She can see the full history. She has the same functionality. And she is just going to approve. And what I just showed you was Zetadocs Expenses. Thank you.
So what are the next steps following this webinar? You can book a demo. This will provide the opportunity for you to see the full range of features Zetadocs Expenses offers and provide the chance to ask questions directly. We will be contacting attendees in the next few days to get your feedback and see if you'd like to arrange a demo. If you like what you've seen today, we invite you to join upcoming webinars that focus on Zetadocs Expenses features not seen in today's presentation. Lastly, we will put up a survey at the end of the webinar and ask that you take a few minutes to fill in the survey. We have now come to the end of the webinar. Thank you very much for taking time out of your day to watch. We hope that you found it useful. As mentioned, we will get in contact with you in the next few days, but please feel free to write in the chat or fill out the survey if you are interested in a full demo for your company. For now, thank you again, have a great day, and goodbye.